Just relax and listen to your radio. VOC2FM, your hot contemporary gospel music station. It's your afternoon drive show.
This station is now the ultimate power.
I don't have no time. Work it, 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 work it. Yeah. When spring some fall,
Make some noise.
out nowhere. Doesn't have respect at all.
It is about time right now.
Do it somewhere. Wonder what you gonna do.
It is time for you and me to drop in here to be together on VOC2 Says Corner.
Can't see the light.
Says Corner.
The enemy tried to make you feel like pain on me.
24 minutes down, 1 o'clock is your
Feel
time.
like I know that trouble
On this lovely Friday, hey.
hold your hand.
Oh my goodness.
God is on you.
Oh my goodness. Hey. Hiva, 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 Hiva. 23rd of September, Inyoni. Umandula in Zulu. What a busy month this one has been. All around the world. Hey.
Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Come on, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Yeah, seem like everybody else doing so much better than you. Fate's got it all together, and you just trying to get through. You don't see no results. Not laughing, this is not a joke. 'Cause I'm telling you.
What a lovely Friday this one has turned out to be. Hey. Looking at September, one of the very busiest months this one has been, as we are looking that we saw a lot of events happening. Boris resigning in the United Kingdom, so many things happening. Hey, and Liz Truss appointed as the new Prime Minister of England. Hey, and then the Queen of England leaving us, and being buried on the 19th of September at a state funeral with thousands and thousands of people in attendance. And then we also saw the president of South Africa heading out to the United States to have a one-on-one with the president, Joe Biden. This month seems to be a very, very busy one. And this has truly been one busy month as we witness Royal AM playing against Eswatini as well as Madagascar. And then there were scary moments whereby there were floods in Pakistan, typhoons in Japan and China, as well as in Nigeria there were floods. And we also saw Putin blasting a dam in Ukraine. And then there was the Unga, which is still in procession either in New York. That's where His Majesty King Mswati III is attendance. He is in attendance, delivering a speech on Wednesday, pleading for Taiwan to be a member of the United Nations. What a busy month this one has turned out to be. Yeah, and today marks International Day of the Sign Languages. It's a very busy month, International Day of Sign Languages. I am Pilile Dlamini. Lilangeni Legotenga, also known as Seisha, also known as Noctula. I'm in the house. And in the house, I have them. Lababaga Sign Language, I have them. They're in the house. And they're gonna tell us about the sign languages because we don't know anything about it. They are the ones that know it better. So Nomvula Masega is gonna be our sign language interpreter. Makosini Makubu, the executive director of Deaf Association, is here. Pastor Langwenya, president of Deaf Association, is already here. Says Con. It's always a pleasure hosting the Afternoon Drive Show, especially on Fridays. I just want to remind you, my dear listeners, of our special app that we have, Voice of the Church, Eswatini. That is our app that you're gonna have and you're gonna listen to wherever you are all around the world. You just go to a Google Store, you just download and then you install, and then you have us. You have us there. You have us. You're gonna be listening to us wherever you are. I am telling you, these days it is so busy. So people are using the phones. The phones are in the pockets and they're listening to us on VOC2. Yeah, man. 29 minutes down, 1 o'clock. In a minute, we're gonna be talking about Lababaga Sign Language. Do you feel me?
Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Yeah. When spring some fall, trouble keep coming out nowhere. Doesn't have respect at all. Somebody going through it somewhere. Wonder what you're gonna do. Wonder if you're gonna make it. Wonder how long it'll take and will you ever get through. Can't see the light of day nowhere. The enemy tried to make you feel like pain on me. But you know, like I know, that trouble will never last.
I'm gonna take this rare opportunity and thank you, Tabiso Mike, sports anchor, who was with you until from 10 o'clock until 1, is now rushing to some sort of under 30s. Let's do this.
Situation key. Work it. Yeah. Drop it. He got all. Work it. Work it. Work it.
Listening to the powerful sounds of Tyrone Trebach. God is gonna work it out. In the studio, I have got Lababaga Sign Language. Yeah, as today it is International Day of Sign Languages. Yeah, I decided to just rope them in so that they can come here and explain a lot of things to us, because most of the time we see them along the streets. We don't know what they are doing, but they know what they are doing. Nomvula Masego, Sign Language interpreter, is the one who's going to be interacting with us. How are you, Sisi Nomvula?
Good, how are you, Sisi?
I'm very, very fine. So today, it is International Day of Sign Languages. It is International Day of Sign Languages. All right.
Yes, it is.
And I understand that the sign languages, it is, a unique opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language users. It looks like it is a language, that brings people together, those who are deaf and those who are not deaf. I just want you to tell me more on that one. It brings together those who are deaf and those who are not deaf, because you can talk, but right now you are doing some interpretation to Makosini Makubu. Yeah, Makosini Makubu is the executive director of the Deaf Association, and on your right hand side, seated is the president of the Deaf Association, Pastor Langwenya. Yeah, I want you to tell me now. Yeah, there's so much interpretation going on here. Yeah. So,
Thank you so much, VOC, for bringing us here on this special day. We appreciate you for remembering us on this day.
Thank you very much.
It is a day which is very important for us. Yes, we understand that deaf people use sign language in order for them to communicate. This is what they use, is their language.
Okay. They're using their hands.
Yes.
All right, my dear listeners, Nomvula here is
So there must be a sign language interpreter in between if there is a hearing person
okay.
for their voicing. That's how it can bring together a hearing and a deaf person. So it's how it's without an interpreter, the language can be lost.
Yes. So there's unity.
Yes,
There
there's
is unity amongst those who are deaf and those who are not deaf. They're united by the sign language.
Yes, yes, that's how we unite.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. So how is it helping, to know the sign language when you are going to shops? Is it helping? Because you find that in the shops they don't understand the sign language. So what happens there if you don't have the interpreter?
Yes, it's a very long story, but I will share with you. For now, it's a bit easier, but it is a long story.
Okay.
For example, when a man he wants to maybe he loves a woman,
Propose.
he's proposing, yes. So it is something like that.
Okay.
You start to think, have many ideas in mind, trying to make that lady understood you. So it is the same way for us.
Okay.
Entering the shops, you find those workers, they can't understand us. More especially in those grocery shops, you find that we are on the other side, and the helper is on the other side. So we can't even get inside the shop to help ourselves before going to the till. So it is very hard on that ones.
So what should be done? What should government do, or what should be done? Does it mean that government should employ interpreters in every shop, because we have to accommodate everybody in this country, Eswatini? So what should be done here? Something has to be done. It is 25 minutes to 2 o'clock, my dear listeners. Yeah, remember that today it is International Day of Sign Languages.
What
Signs
I
are happening
think,
here.
Government must try to make this a official language, first of all, why
Okay.
people can learn
Okay.
this language.
Okay.
Even in the government departments, it's important for them to learn this language. It is a must. Because if we want help there, or service, any service in the government offices, it can be easier for us if they do learn the language. Yes.
Because sometimes you find that a person has been abused. How do you explain? At the police station, do they have interpreters that I have been abused like this and like this? How do you explain that now to this police? Is this police person understanding what you're trying to say? It becomes a bit difficult. I'm just guessing that you can't talk and you want to explain something at the police station, but
Yes.
nobody hears what you're saying.
Yeah, go back to what I've said. This language must be official.
Right.
Yeah, so that it can get that respect like other languages. Yeah, it is true if one of our members is abused and they need a police service. It's so difficult. You find out that case can be lost, or it won't be necessary for them to continue with that case. They just leave it like that.
So at the police station, there's no interpreter.
Yes.
My goodness. My goodness. This is bad. This is really bad.
So if this can be taken seriously, I think the police can learn the sign language. And the language, once it is official, it can have that value so that it can be respected too. I think from that, we can take it
I think the
seriously.
office of the Deputy Prime Minister has got a long job to do here. Yeah, very, very a big job, a huge job to train people, to interpret. Because how are we gonna understand each other? You know, it's a big problem. I am telling you.
Yes, that is true. Very true.
Mm.
Yes.
All right. So
I'm happy because you do understand. You understand it's like I do. It must be protected, this language,
right.
and valued.
Mm.
Yes.
What about the respect? Are you getting respect at the bus rank? You know, when on the streets, are people respecting you? Are they understanding that this person is deaf? This person can't hear? Because like these days, there's too much crime. How is that, you know, affecting your day-to-day life? There's too much crime. There's too much mob justice these days, and there you are deaf. People are screaming and running. You don't hear what is happening. Isn't it a bit dangerous, you know, in your life, in your well-being? Isn't it a dangerous place to live at these days? As somebody who doesn't hear sounds, you know.
Yes, yeah, it's true. A lot of crime is happening outside.
That's right. That's right, my dear listeners.
At the bus rank, for example, we are also on the public side. Like we do use the bus, we do use the taxis,
Right.
whatever mode of transport we use. So, but for them it is difficult because they can't understand us even when we're going there. We want to go to our homes.
They're rough.
Yeah, the rough way they take us, we can't communicate, we miss the communication.
Maybe
in
they need some
between.
training, even the bus conductors.
Yeah, because we can't even try even the voices.
Right.
And it's very risky for us as the people, more especially the women, especially on the night
Right.
hours when they're using those transports. They can be raped, but maybe it has happened. They've been raped already, but they can't.
It's a tough
continue with
situation.
they
But
just keep it to
now here's another
themselves.
case. You find that you are deaf, but then maybe you can write. You're able to write, and you find that that other person now, that person can't read. Now what happens there? Because you're trying to express yourself that this is what I'm saying. Let me just write this thing down. This is what I'm saying. Read, and then now this person can't even read. I think this is just the quagmire. It's a big problem, you know. Yeah, that the deaf community is facing. Yeah, government has to do a lot, you know, here, and rope in a lot of experts.
Yeah, it's true. The communication is just stop there.
Right.
If there is difficult, even on writing, we can't hear, we can't communicate. It means that something you are trying to converse just stay there and it stopped. It is a very, very difficult situation because even in our home, our relatives, it's something that happens.
Right.
Yes.
So tell me now, when you travel maybe to South Africa, is the sign language that I'm using here, that you're using here in Eswatini, is it the same to the one that is being used in Japan, South Africa, and the United States? Is it the same? Are you understanding each other, you know, with the sign language? Yeah, as you know English, I can speak English here in Eswatini, speak English in South Africa, speak English wherever, everybody understands. Is it the same with the same language? Is it the same thing? I want my listeners, you know, to be in the picture, to be clear on what is this sign language.
Okay, I can answer that one. For example, we have this pastor, our pastor.
Yes, Pastor Langwenya.
Our pastor went to Kenya
Okay.
for the pastoring course. So they are deaf there where you are staying
Okay.
at the hostel. So, but the truth is that each and every country has its own language.
All right.
Yes, like here we have the Swati language. In Mozambique we have that Portuguese. Those other languages.
Right.
So it's the same thing.
Okay.
It
So it's
goes
an
according
it's
to
an
the country's
okay.
language.
All right. Because I'm looking here at the UN portal. They are saying that there is also an international sign language which is used by deaf people in international meetings and informally when traveling and socializing. So there's one international sign language. Yeah, because I'm guessing that there is a Siswati sign language, a Zulu sign language.
Yeah, that is true. There is an international sign language which is used
All right.
for meetings on those special occasions.
Okay.
But for deaf people, it depends. You can use your language
All
from
right.
that country.
So there is an Eswatini
But
sign
you
language
can-
that you are using here.
Yes.
Okay.
It depends on that deaf person if he's clever or dull. But
Okay.
you can understand each other.
All right.
There's no barrier in that.
Okay, let's just take a short break. We're gonna come back again and we're gonna continue. Let's play You Hero from Skillet. 16 minutes to 2 o'clock is your time. We're just taking a short break, yeah. Kwaze kwaba mnandi lana I'm learning an international sign language. When I come out here, I'm gonna be talking in signs. I am telling you. Niangiva na. There must be studios of sign languages, hey.
I'm just a step away. I'm just a breath away. Losing my faith today. I am just a man, not superhuman. Save me from the hate. Just another fairy toy. Just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I've got to fight today to live another day. Speaking my mind today. I've got to make a stand, but I am just a man. Just another fairy toy. It's just another kill. The countdown begins to destroy ourselves.
Listening to the powerful sounds of Skillet, the Legend of Doom, Hero. I'm not running alone, but as you know that today it is the International Sign Language, International Day of Sign Languages. We know that there are so many sign languages depending on the country that you're staying in, but then I'm loving the fact that there is one international sign language that is used in meetings, it is used, in workshops. One international sign language which is used by the deaf people in international meetings and informally when traveling and socializing. This must be a very difficult life. You're deaf and you have been abused. You go to the police, nobody understands what you're saying. This is a tough one, I am telling you. Right now we're going to be talking about the fact that you go to university and you're deaf. What happens there? Yeah, what happens there? Just talk to us. My sign language interpreter, Nomvula Masego. You go to university and you're deaf. And your teacher, what happens there? Are the universities accommodating you because you don't understand what is being said unless maybe you read your books? But when the teacher is teaching, the professor or the lecturer is teaching there, you don't understand what is being said. You are deaf. And do you go to the office and say that, hey, I'm deaf, there must be help, on my side. Somebody has to help me. And is anybody listening to what you're saying? Must be a tough one. And it must be a life which is very expensive to live, because you need to get, other help from other people that maybe you're supposed to pay. People are going to help you. Must be a very difficult way to live when you're deaf. All right, my dear listeners, as we commemorate the International Day of Sign Languages, Nomvula Maseko, the sign language interpreter, still interpreting to Makhosini Makhubu, who is the executive director of Deaf Association. We have to talk about these things. We have to know what happens if your child is deaf. Does it mean that the child is doomed? She or he cannot go to university. Is that the end of it? Or should government have those, universities which are going to offer, for those who are deaf, for those who are disabled? Because everybody at the end of the day has to be educated in this world. You need education. Otherwise, there is definitely nothing, that you can do. There's just nothing. Yeah, we're talking about that one here. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. It's a very important question. I'll just make an example. In our country, Eswatini, it is very, very difficult for us to be on university levels.
My goodness.
Because they just need a certain rate of pass, which is impossible for us.
My
as deaf
goodness.
people. This curriculum used in the education is friendly for the hearing people, not for us.
This is
So
bad.
even in the universities, we haven't seen any standard that can accommodate a disabled person,
My goodness.
because they always want that certain rates, which are the credits, which we can't made due to the curriculum.
My
So
goodness.
those who are luckily are those who are deafened at maybe the higher age, so they go as far as the varsity.
Okay.
But for us, it's so difficult, so difficult.
It is very,
But
very
if
difficult.
the system can be changed, understanding the disabled people, more of them can join the varsities.
Okay.
If they can make this system easy for us too. So our country is still learning, and it's far from coming out to the well side of
So are the deaf being accommodated in other countries in the universities? Is there a difference, when compared to international countries?
Yes, there are many countries. For example, in Lesotho.
Okay. Just here, our neighbors here,
they've
very close.
Been trying. They've been trying. They've waited and patiently.
Okay.
But now they are getting to the varsity, Zimbabwe, Zambia, many deaf people do learn up through to varsity.
All right. Okay.
Others just go to colleges, so which is good compared to Eswatini.
Maybe since Makhosini Makhubu is the executive director of the Deaf Association, have they ever, gone to the Ministry of Labor or the Ministry of Education to ask for scholarships that we also want to study? We need scholarships to go abroad and study, Have they been there to talk to them? Yeah, we're going to hear about that one. Yeah, just right now, because as I talk, my dear listener, I talk, and then the sign language interpreter, Nomvula Maseko, interprets to Makhubu. Makhubu
This year
comes back to
it was
Nomvula.
my target. It was my target.
Okay.
but only to find that a scholarship where it's very difficult to access the
Okay.
scholarship.
Okay. Because it's supposed to accommodate every child of Eswatini.
Yes, but
Yeah.
now
Mm.
I would love to sit down with the scholarship committee and have this
That's right.
discussion.
Because everybody has to be educated, you feel me? We all have to be educated, yeah. We need education. Yeah. We need education, seriously. 7 minutes to 2 o'clock is your time, my dear listeners, as it is a very, very lovely day today as we commemorate the International Day of Sign Languages. Yeah, sitting here with Makosini Makuba, the Executive Director of the Deaf Association, and the President of the Deaf Association, Pastor Langweng, and then Novula Masego, our sign language interpreter. It's so interesting, my dear listeners. You should have been here to see what I'm seeing. Wonderful things that I'm seeing here. Novula, are we continuing with the scholarship now? You want to say something more about the scholarship, or we should go to, because the workplace. Let's go to the workplace. Yes. You find that you want to work now. Yeah. What happens at the workplace? Because you're deaf, how are you gonna work with others? They don't even understand what you're saying. And also, when you're still going to look for a job, are they employing the deaf? Because how are they expressing themselves? Maybe through a CV. Because you can't, you don't hear. You don't hear what is being said. I want Pastor Langwenya to talk to us about the workplace situation of those who are deaf. You know, they also want to work, but how do you work? Right.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, about deaf wanting to work.
Must be a tough one. I'm guessing you can't even work at the
Yeah,
studio.
it was best some years back, but they do have simply jobs like cleaning
Okay.
or joining the firms in Matsapa.
Okay.
Yeah, that was before COVID.
So you're limited. You can't work in a bank. In a
Yes.
professional job, you can't work there. There's limitations.
Yes, it's impossible for them due to the education.
This is
So
a
they
big
always
problem, my listeners.
Yeah, they always miss that because they don't have that qualifications.
They're missing opportunities here. They're really, really missing. And
So
maybe
their education is only it's low, so they don't have much qualities that maybe the requirements needed in any kind of job wherever they ask for the job. So that's the
Okay.
hardest part. But some have their small businesses. They do shoe repairs,
Okay.
carpentries, some others work in Matsapa
okay.
in the factories.
But then
But
now,
it's true, it's difficult.
yeah, it's very
in
difficult.
all it
But then
is.
now, I understand that you're saying that others know how to repair shoes. They know how to repair maybe other kind of machineries. Where are you learning these things? Who is giving you the scholarship to go and learn about, this kind of the skills? Yeah, the skills that you have. Who's paying for the tuition? Who's sponsoring? 3 minutes to 2 o'clock. That is your time, my dear listeners. We're also going to look at the weather forecast right when I'm done with my
Okay.
friends from Deaf Association here. It's a lovely day today.
Thank you so much for that questions again. Usually there was a government place known as VRC.
VRC.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a vocational training for the disabled.
What does VRC? VRC. Vocational.
Training center.
Okay.
So they were learning there. It's a government center.
Whereabouts?
In Babane, it used to be at Situashini, but it was
Oh.
closed. Then there was one operating, the one in Hlangano. That's
Okay.
where they got their skills.
Okay, so they're learning for free there.
Yeah, they were learning for free.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that's much better. But now that it is closed,
So
it
that's
means life is at a standstill. Your life is standing there now because it is closed. Those who are deaf, they're not being helped. You know, it's a tough situation that you have here,
It is a
and
tough
also, you
one.
know, right.
So that's why they're trying to do their small businesses.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it is a tough one.
Yeah, my dear listeners, I'm sitting here with Makosini Makuba, Executive Director of the Deaf Association, Pastor Langwenya, President of Deaf Association. If you can come here, my dear listeners, you won't believe that these guys are deaf. The way they are looking so good. They have taken a bath. They are smelling so nice. They are looking so beautiful. And Pastor Langwenya, I want us to also talk about the religion. You are deaf, and there is religion there. Others are Christian, others are pastors. The communication that we did talk about earlier on. How do you communicate? You need to have how many interpreters here? You're preaching, and then there's one interpreting for you. There's another one who's going to be interpreting in English. This must be a quagmire. How many interpreters are you going to have as a pastor? A pastor who is deaf, you know, must be very expensive because all those people, they have to be paid, you feel me? They have to be paid, you know. These days, everybody is working like that. They want payment. They just ask you, if you ask somebody, come and help me, they ask you, what am I going to get out of this? You know, I don't know how people are these days. Nembeza, it's just gone, you know. It's just gone away. 2 o'clock is your time, my dear listeners. Yeah, it's on the horns. Yeah, let's just listen to what the pastor is saying. Nomvula is going to interpret what the pastor is saying because we want to know that.
About this
Yeah.
religion.
The religion, yes.
Yeah, it's a very tough
My
one.
goodness.
Again.
My goodness.
But the only thing we know is that it's all about God.
Right.
It's only Him who controls everything.
All right. Okay.
And He's the one who knows who's on the world, why He's the one who made everyone.
Okay.
So,
Pastor Langwenya has the church.
so
Yeah. If you're wondering, my dear listeners, it is.
okay, we'll come to that question.
Okay. All right.
So, as I was saying, God knows that there are blind people, deaf people, physically, all those disabled.
Okay.
So he healed them before Christ. Everything was happening, and even when Christ came,
Right.
He healed the deaf, He healed the blind, He healed the physical ones.
Amen.
So, in Swaziland, there is a deaf church.
Okay.
After my course, I came back
Okay. Came back from where?
from England,
Oh, for
from
real?
Kenya.
Oh, okay.
Finished my course, then I do another one at Cape Town for 4 years.
Oh, for real. Okay.
Then I come back to my country where I started the church.
So where's the church?
Before I started the deaf church, I was with the Dutch
Okay. Okay.
church in Manzini,
All right.
which was for hearing people. So we mixed there. There were interpreters helping me.
Okay.
I used to preach,
Okay.
and we were doing it rotationally.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I ask Nomvula to come.
All
It
right.
depends if she's free on that time, or I use my
Okay.
son for interpreting,
all right.
because at the church it was a big challenge. They were still learning the language, so
Okay.
it was difficult for them to understand me.
All right. Now here's
So about the interpretation in
yeah.
church,
This one is very important.
it's very difficult.
My goodness.
It is very.
How many
very
interpreters do you
difficult.
have to have?
So we must
a
have
past?
a person who is professionally in sign language.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I understand.
So can translate
Mm.
with the voice and understand the sign
Ah,
language.
oh,
So
okay.
we can do both.
All right.
But the payment
My
for
goodness.
the interpreter
Hey,
is very expensive.
Oh my! Well, I must go and do some interpretation course so that I can come and interpret, and fork
For
out
flights.
some cash on the side.
We've tried to visit many churches. There were no interpreters there. So many deafs are just home
All right.
during church service. They can't attend, especially the one near to their home places, because there are no interpreters in the church.
Okay. Okay. All
For
right.
the disabled one, it's physically it's much easier because they can hear
Okay.
and they can go to church
All
whenever
right.
or whatever time.
This is a very
But
interesting topic, that
The
we're talking
good
about
thing
today.
about us, we know that there's God and we love God. We know that in the
Amen.
Bible Jesus healed a deaf person.
Amen.
So we are so interested in hearing the voice of God in the church. It's only these challenges.
Hey, there and
Oh,
there. My
no
goodness.
interpreters in the church.
Mm.
So Jesus was a good person in everyone.
Yeah.
He was healing each and every person, the one with demons, the one with sins. He forgave everyone.
Alright.
Like I am deaf, I am a pastor. When Jesus come in the world, I know I'll be well. Hallelujah.
Amen. This is a very interesting topic, my dear listeners, as we commemorate the International Day of Sign Languages. I'm loving this. I'm learning a lot of, sign language here. Yeah, it is being interpreted by Nomvula here. Is interpreting to my guest here, Makosini Makube and Pastor Langwenya. It has been a pleasure having you here, my pastor and Makosini. So where are your offices if people want to come for advice? Where they're going to find you guys? Yeah, we want to know about that one as well. 5 minutes down, 2 o'clock. It's your time. And this is still VOC2, the number one station, bringing you all the updates that you need, encouraging you, motivating you. On this lovely Friday, it's so nice. It's so hot outside. We're going to look at the weather focus. Why is it so hot today? And I understand that there are more rains that are going to be coming here in Eswatini.
Our office at Bible Society in Mahlanya.
All right.
It's our relative office.
Okay. All right. And also phone numbers, I think. They might want to contact you guys.
There's a big hall there. Everyone can come.
All
They can learn
right.
sign
Everybody's
language.
invited. Maybe a number to share and a number if they want to contact you by number, As we know that things are expensive, sometimes you don't even have money for the taxi, but you want to call, and ask something.
You can call at 76
Hmm.
51
Okay.
23
Okay.
11.
11 7651231. That's the number that you can call, my dear listeners. It has been a pleasure. It has been so lovely having you guys here, and we have come to the end
Thank you so much.
of our program.
We also enjoy the program.
That's right. I think we're gonna see you again next year. You're gonna tell us more. It was so exciting. It's the first time. It's the first time you're here. On the English channel.
Yes, it is our first time.
All right. Okay.
There's one thing I forgot.
Okay. Pastor Langwenya has forgotten to say something here.
So this week from the 19th to the 29th, we wanted everyone to enjoy this week is our
Okay.
week, and we were trying to
19.
organize
to the
a
29th.
conference
Okay.
from the 26th, 7, 8.
Okay.
We wanted everyone to be there,
All right.
to listening to us And tomorrow we are having activities to all the deaf people. They will be there, most of them. We'll be having
Where's the conference?
netball, football, tadball, and the pool.
Okay.
The conference it's the Manzini Club.
Okay. Starting at what time?
Starting at 9
Okay.
till 2.
All right.
Yes, we want it to be a week, but the budget.
So it's
So
now going to be held
for
on the
us.
26th, 7th, and 28th.
There will be another one on
Okay.
the 26, 7, and 8.
Of this month.
Yes, this month.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. My friends from the deaf community, it has been a pleasure. Please do come again next year. We want to see you, want to hear you coming here to talk to us. You know, there's a lot of things that my listeners learned here, and I picked a lot of things. I learned a lot of things, yeah, but some of them were painful, like when we are talking about the abuse that happens, you know, and you can't even go and express yourself at the police station. Then this is what has happened to me. I should government here. I should be robbed in and do something. And the fact that you go to groceries, you don't even know what to say. If you want to buy something, you don't even know how to explain clearly. Like if you want to buy pads and you're deaf, you know, and you're deaf and dumb, you can't even talk that this is what I want. You know, when you start pointing and pointing, people is going to start laughing at you. There's so much pain. And if you also want to go to the university, there's so much painful that they want to go to the university, but they can't go there because of you know, certain things that we know that they can't be accommodated. Government has to think about those things. I heard that Makosini Makubu here wants an appointment to go and talk to the scholarship board, to the Minister for Labor, and talk about those things because they want the deaf community to also be educated. There it is. My dear listeners, yeah, just say your goodbyes as you are going back home. My fellow guests at the studio, it has been a pleasure and it has been lovely. Thank you very much, Nomvula Masego, a sign language interpreter. Thank you very much, Makosini Makubu, Executive Director for the Deaf Association, as well as Pastor Langwanya, President of the Deaf Association. And today marks the International Day of Sign Languages. My dear listeners, thank you very much. It has been an honor and a pleasure. Safe journey. Yeah,
Thank
safe
you.
journey.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Enjoy it. Oh, this is thank you.
All right. When they say thank you, they take both of their hands to the mouth, you know, and then move it away from the mouth. That is the thank you.